So recently it was announced on HBO Max, or Max, whatever you want to call it, is that a new documentary series will be airing weekly on that platform known as Hollywood Demons that starts up on March 24th. And this whole documentary is talking about the whole dark side of Hollywood. Looking at the episodes and what they're about, they sound really interesting, and I'm definitely going to be giving this docuseries a watch as it airs each week. But the one that everyone's talking about, and of course I'm talking about on the channel because it relates to the topic, is that episode 3 is titled The Dark Side of Power Rangers. Now, there had been rumors and rumblings that Jason David Frank documentaries were in the works. Apparently, according to Legacy of Nerd, there was a couple in the works. There was one by Tammy Frank that tried getting kickstarted last year that I covered on the channel, and it failed horribly. They were asking for like $200K and they only got like $300. But looking at what this documentary is about, it doesn't seem like it's going to be nothing too crazy. Now, I say that if you're a hardcore fan of Power Rangers, then you probably know what everything they're going to be talking about in this documentary will cover. They'll probably have some new stuff in there, but I'll read the blurb of it. So here's what it says. Season 1, Episode 3 is called The Dark Side of Power Rangers. Every 90s kid remembers Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the ultimate live-action superhero show. Beneath the bright spandex and high-flying karate kicks lies a grim reality of the tragedy and scandals. Viewers will watch never-before-seen footage of a fan-turned-gunman who had one horrifying mission: assassinate the show's most legendary star. And just a few years later, the same actor meets a grim fate. So, that last blurb is going to be talking about something that happened about nearly 10 years ago, I think, where there was some gunman that tried to assassinate JDF at a convention. And then, of course, is going to be talking about what happened to JDF a few years ago where he took his own life. Now, if you're a hardcore fan of Power Rangers or you've been in the community for a really long time, I feel like none of this stuff is going to be a big shock to anyone in the fandom because we've known about all this stuff for the longest time. I mean, I think what it's going to be covering, from what I watched in the trailer, it's going to be talking about probably the history of Power Rangers, how it started, how it was a runaway success overnight, how it was really big. They'll probably talk about how Austin St. John, Walter Jones, and Twee walked off set because they were underpaid and stuff like that. They'll probably talk about other controversies within the fandom, no doubt about it. They'll probably no doubt about it cover the death of Twee, if I'm guessing. One thing that I believe that they cover in the trailer is the Ricardo Mendenas situation from over a decade ago where he killed his roommate with a samurai sword, because that's one of the things they cover in the trailer where you actually see the sword, I believe, which is interesting. And then again, they'll also cover the stuff like the guy who tried assassinating JDF, and then the unfortunate passing of JDF they'll most likely cover. Looks like it's going to be the topic of that video or the documentary. So if you've been in the fandom for a really long time, none of these stories are going to be new to you unless we get new interview footage or new footage that's never been seen before that's going to be covered in the documentary. But if you're a casual normie who only watched Mighty Morphin and you remember Mighty Morphin and you remember some things, then hearing all these stories for the first time is going to blow your mind. And I feel like the people who are just casually watching this documentary and they have nostalgia for a lot of these shows that they'll be covering on the documentary or within the series, then that's going to be mind-blowing to a lot of people. But fans like us who know all this stuff, then it's going to be no big surprise. We'll probably be surprised by some of the stuff they'll show. I believe they're actually going to show interview footage of the guy that tried to assassinate JDF, and then probably some new evidence of the Ricardo Mendenas story is going to come out, no doubt about it. So that'll be cool to see. In a weird way, that would be interesting to see with what they have their take on it. But I'll definitely be watching this documentary series when it drops. I'll definitely review the Power Rangers episode when it drops on April 7th, I believe. Australia is finally getting HBO Max after so many years, so I'll probably subscribe to HBO Max for a little bit and check it out. But yeah, I just want to give my thoughts on this upcoming documentary series. I'll be watching it. I'll probably cover it on the channel and give my thoughts on it. But like I said, if you're a hardcore fan of Power Rangers, then this probably won't be nothing too new to you. But if you're a casual normie or casual baby, as I usually say, then you're going to be in for a big surprise, I will say that. And I'm going to be curious to see what the online reaction to this will be, like checking random social medias and stuff like that, where people will be like, I never knew that before. Oh my gosh, I never knew that. So that'd be cool to see. But with that said, I think I'll bring this video to a close. I just thought I'd make a little ramble video going on and bring it to a close. So with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, take care, and bye.